Hey, oh, this is not the politics of it all, is it? Oh, dear God. It's not the politics of it all. Get it together, El Teddy. It is Sunday Saturday. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late, y'all. I was watching something that was sent to me because somebody said that I was mentioned somewhere, and so I'm watching that real quick. Nothing to see here. Nothing to discuss. We don't involve ourselves in beef and mess. Anyway, like, wait, how am I involved in stuff? I don't know. What's up, people? Whatever. What's up, people? I feel like my camera's dirty. Hold on, y'all. Let me wipe that down. All right. Feel like that's a little better. All right. It's a little better. Um, Good morning, y'all. Hey, MVN. Hey, L Love, my love. Hey, Patty Duke. Spicy Original. Hey, y'all. Jason, what's good? Shondo's in and around the chat. Shondo's around the building. What is up, people? What's up? Hey. It is Saturday and it's time to be silly. Hey, Miss Trisha P. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, love. Chat. Um, yeah, we're here. Hey, little baby. Little baby, I feel like you've been here in a while. Well, I feel like you've been here, but not as prominent and visible and active. Like I always see you, Garrett, where you been? By the way, hey, by the way, yeah, child. I'm sorry I'm late, y'all. Yeah, I was looking at something that I was sent because apparently people are mentioning me. I don't know why, because I don't even talk about nobody. But anyway, um, so I'm gonna start by saying that our agenda today. Let me see if this videos. Oh, it did download. Great. Go watch that today. Great. Okay. That downloaded. Great. I was waiting for something to download, y'all, and it finally downloaded, so I'm good. I'm good now. So anyway, um, my agenda today is not as extensive as it usually is. However, those are the dangerous lives for me. Like when I have a short agenda, we end up going so long and having so much to discuss and having so yeah. Um, but we'll get through it. Hey Vovo, what's good? So let me start off with my hold on, let me get me something to, lubricate my throat with. I got some ginger ale over here, so I'm gonna get me a fresh bottle of ginger ale and open it because I saw the six pack right there. So um I just bought that six pack and just set it there. I need to put that up. Anyway, all right. So our snacks of the day. So a friend of mine thought about me and thought it not robbery enough. Y'all hate the artist. Now, for those of you who don't know, the artist is really the artist formerly known as Crackhead Willie. Crackhead Willie, I told you you got to keep your name as Crackhead Willie. So a friend of mine who knows that I love Peeps brought me like six packs of Peeps as like a surprise because it's Easter season, and they know I'll wait for Easter so I can get some Peeps. So they bought me regular kind. The only regular kind that I have left is purple. Even though my favorite one, I still like the original yellow. I love the green ones and the blue ones too. But people don't think they have different tastes. I'm telling you, if you eat Peeps regularly like I do, you know they have different tastes. So the last regular kind I have until I go and re up my stash is the purple one. But they bought me some new flavors because they thought I might like. I don't know. Like brought me a coffee flavored. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And then there's party cake flavored. I don't know about those either. I know I'm not gonna try the coffee one because that's just not that's not my judge. But if need be, I'll crack open some peeps if I need to. You know, regulate my sugar levels today. Dear God, it does have marshmallow in it. Hey, I love black licorice. Really? I love licorice, but not black licorice. Like I love me some Twizzlers. Like I love Twizzlers. And then if you go to like the when you like on an out of town trip on a road trip or you go to the little gas stations or whatever, and they have like the off brand licorice where you can find like good flavors like the watermelon and the blue raspberry and the green apple not well they're not Twizzlers, but they're licorice and stuff like that. Child, they be so good. Oh, child, I'm getting ready to go on a road trip later this month. So child, yeah, I love Twizzlers. Child. I'm not a fan of red vines though. Red vines has a weird aftertaste to me. That's why I don't really care for red vines because they have this weird aftertaste. But hold on. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, let me start with my Black History moment of the day. I got two Black History moments of the day. Okay. Hey, Monk Chip. So yeah, that's my snacks of the day, y'all. I gotta go re up on some peeps. So our two Black History moments of the day is first, so we hear a lot about Madam C.J. Walker, Madam C.J. Walker, but before there was a Madam C.J. Walker, there was an Annie Turnbow Malone. Annie Turnbow Malone. Let me read this blurb for you. Historically, Black female entrepreneurs' contributions to the world of business and entrepreneurship have always been far less recognized than men. Annie Turnbow Malone was one of the first multimillionaires of the 20th century, excuse me, as well as a philanthropist. Her studies of chemistry and hair care led her to creating her own line of non-damaging hair care products and opening a professional cosmetology school, Poro College. Before leaving her own mark on the hair care industry, Madam C.J. Walker worked as an agent for Malone, who we can thank for pioneering one of the largest industries in which Black entrepreneurs are still thriving today. That is Annie Turnbow Malone. And our next person is, where's that? Oh, so and New York, people from New York may be familiar with this story, but New York is Harlem has always been thought of, the black area, the black, neighborhood historically in New York. But do you know the story of A. Philip A. Payton Jr., known as the father um of Harlem, of Black Harlem, that is. And this blurb says long before the ladies of Netflix's Selling Tampa made waves for spreading Black girl magic all over the real estate industry. Philip A. Payton Jr. laid the groundwork in the early 1900s during his time working as a barber, handyman, and porter at a real estate firm. Payton was able to save enough earnings to purchase an office space in Harlem, New York to manage buildings with black tenants. By 1907, Payton Jr. owned over 20 apartment buildings, ultimately changing the dynamics of Harlem, making Harlem much more of a thriving, bustling black neighborhood. That is Philip A. Payton Jr. Hey, Tracy, good morning. So, those are our two quick Black history blurbs and moments of the day. And I love to give y'all people who I don't historically know about. And I like to, educate myself as you all are being educated as well. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so those are our two people. So, update. I'm not sure if we talked about this in the politics of it all or here on Silly Saturday. But if you remember, we talked about how the Austin PD and the police officers at Austin PD had been indicted and so forth, and they had charged the police officers in Austin PD because of things that they did to protesters in 2020 during Black Lives Matter protests and so forth. We talked about that. I know we talked about in Dallas, the police officers in Dallas, as well as we talked about the police officers in Austin, Texas. I don't remember if it was on the politics of it all or if it was on Silly Saturday, but it was on one of the two. So, oh, that ginger ale has me belching. Anyway, so let me go ahead and just open this pack of peeps now because y'all know now that we're going down this. Let me go ahead and hold on. Let's because we're starting early. This is our sugar spiking moment of the program. Sugar spike moment of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, get whatever snacks or things that you need to regulate your sugar levels because this is our sugar spike segment. Dear God above. All right. Well, so after, well, let me read this headline and we'll go from there. Governor Greg Abbott, Governor Hot Wheels, floats pardons for Austin police officers charged with excessive force in 2020 protests. Let me read that again. Governor Greg Abbott floats pardons for Austin police officers charged with excessive force in 2020 protests. So even if they are convicted, he's already come out saying, I don't care. I'm going to pardon them. Similar to how Judge Chu up there in Minneapolis said, oh, Kim Parker's been convicted. I don't care. I'm just going to give her this little light slap on the wrist. Because this is what we got going on. Hey, Quintessential, good morning. Let me read this for you. Governor Greg Abbott on Wednesday blasted the indictment of 19 Austin police officers on assault charges stemming from the May 2020 racial justice protest. Excuse me, and dangled the possibility of potential pardons for them. Quote, those officers should be praised for their efforts, not prosecuted, Abbott said in a statement. Quote, time will tell whether the accusations against the courageous, awesome police officers is a political sham. Time will also tell whether I, as governor, must take action to exonerate any police officer unjustly prosecuted. End quote. But y'all want me to be concerned with what the hell is going on over in goddamn Ukraine, right? Y'all want me to be concerned. What the hell is going on over there in goddamn Ukraine? With Wednesday's declaration, Abbott threatens to once more stomp on Austin area officials' efforts to reform policing in the Texas capital and signals that he'll make it difficult for other cities to try to do the same, all while shoring up his pro police bona fides with the state's Republican base ahead of Tuesday's primary. Let me explain to y'all what he's doing here. And it's not just him. Y'all know that we say this all the time here. One will do it, but the one that is getting the press and notoriety usually comes after someone else has already done it successfully. And it's usually the blueprint for others who want to get notoriety for doing it publicly. So, yeah. He's going to try to, he's already, let me read that again. I'm going to read that for you again so you hear what's happening here. Abbott threatens to once more stomp on Austin area officials' efforts to reform policing in the Texas capital and signals that he'll make it difficult for other cities that try to do the same. So if you and your local officials say, you know what, we're going to do everything we can to reform policing, have some criminal justice reform, and all of these other things, the governors of these states are saying, yeah, I'm gonna do everything I can to stop that and make put pressure on y'all so y'all can't have none of that happening. We're not here for none of this reform bullshit. They're not here for it. So this is even more reason why I get so angry at the Dems, because while they're over there pussyfooting around and got their thumbs up the crack of their asshole thumbing around, this stuff is going on in states and they're not doing anything on the federal level to put an end to or stop any of this. They're not doing anything. um I want to break this down more. I probably will, because this is not the politics of it all. So I'm not going to spend as much time, but there's a lot into this. So if you follow the politics of it all lives, stay tuned, because I'm really going to break this down, because there's a lot more into this that I need to break down in the politics of it all. So just stay tuned. I'm not done with this story, because it's not just there. It's other areas. It's other areas that is having similar issues that I looked up. So stay tuned. We'll talk about it and discuss it more in depth on the politics of it all. But I just wanted to give y'all that update because I didn't remember if we first discussed the Austin PD here on Silly Saturday, or if it was on the politics of it all. But we definitely will revisit this when we do the politics of it all. Shameless plug. When I go live for politics, you want to be there because we have a great time. We talk a lot of good politics over there. Quite a few of my stories for today involve politics as well. So when you're right as much as I am, You don't have to brag about it. When the news broke that that Justice Stephen Breyer was retiring, on this, we were on Silly Saturday, I believe we were. Were we on Silly Saturday, or was it a Politics of It All? It was either the Politics of It All or Silly Saturday, where it was breaking, where the story broke that Justice Stephen Breyer was retiring, which meant that Biden would get a nomination to the Supreme Court. And immediately, what was the first name we said? Ketanji Brown Jackson. Who did we say was the front runner? Ketanji Brown Jackson. Who did we say it was her nomination to lose? Who did we say? Ketanji Brown Jackson. Is that not what we said here? Put in 27 in the chat if you remember us saying that here or on this live and when we broke the story. You know, I'm just saying. Y'all remember me saying that here? I know we did. Exactly. Thank y'all. See, I know I ain't. We said that. We said, listen, she's going to end up with the nomination unless something, crazy happens. Anyway, we also told you all who voted for her. Remember, she was recently confirmed to the DC Circuit Court, second highest court in the country, and that 3 Republican senators voted to confirm her for that appointment to the bench in the forms of Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Lindsey Graham. Now, of course, just a few months ago, it was okay. She was great to sit on the second highest court in the country. But now, because you want to be political, you got Lindsey Graham and his band of merry fucktards. Hey, Miss B. Town Hester, over there in Washington, that now want to make it as if this black woman, this black queen, is not qualified, and as if she doesn't, she's not the same black woman that she was when you voted to confirm her just a few months ago, but now all of a sudden it's a problem when it's time for her to go to the Supreme Court. Let me read y'all some of this bullshit that he had to say. Now, let me also say this. If you remember, it was Ketanji Brown Jackson. It was the California Supreme Court Justice. Her name escapes me right now. We mentioned those 2, and then there was a third one who a lot of centrist Democrats were supporting, Michelle Childs. A lot of centrist Democrats were supporting. She had some support from some people on the left. I mean, on the right, some conservatives. I know y'all boy Jim Clyburn was backing Michelle Childs as well. And I told you she could be a dark horse, and so many people were backing her. But it was always Ketanji Brown Jackson's to lose. So let me read this for y'all so y'all can I can't remember who the second, somebody's gonna remind me who the second black woman was. She's Supreme Court Justice out there in California. She's a part member of the California Supreme Court. I can't remember her name right now. It'll come to me. Anyway, let me read this to y'all. Senator Lindsey Graham on Friday released a statement dismissive of President Biden's decision to nominate Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. Graham, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, had been openly lobbying the White House to select District Court Judge Michelle Childs from his state to fill the seat being vacated by retiring Justice Stephen Breyer. Quote, if military reports are accurate and Judge Jackson has been chosen as the Supreme Court nominee to replace Justice Breyer, it means the radical left has won President Biden over yet again, Graham said in a statement. Jackson, who would be the first black woman to serve on the high court, was approved to be on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. for the District of Columbia less than a year ago by the Senate. Graham was one of only three Republicans at the time who voted for her confirmation. The other two being Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski. In his statement, Graham also bemoaned the quote, Harvard Yale train to the Supreme Court continues to be unabated, end quote. Graham has voted to confirm multiple justices from the two Ivy League schools, including Yale graduate Brett Kavanaugh and Harvard graduate Neil Gorsuch. Thank you, Bobo Leandra Kruger. Y'all see what we're doing here, right? Y'all see what we're doing here, right? So he's talking about, the Harvard Yale trade is getting through unabated, but you have voted for Harvard and Yale people over and over and over. See Justice Brett Kavanaugh. See Justice Neil Gorsuch. Quote, I expect a respectful but interesting hearing in the Senate Judiciary Committee, end quote, Senator Graham stated. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has been looking to cool down the partisan debate around the Supreme Court nomination process, saying this week he didn't think Biden's plan to nominate a black woman was inappropriate. And it goes on from there. Now, I don't believe any parts of what Mitch McConnell just said, because let's be clear. If one of the conservative justices for Supreme Court either retires or drops dead right now, Mitch McConnell won't be, as, I don't think that. Mitch McConnell is going to be doing and saying everything in his power to keep Joe Biden from nominating another liberal judge. Trust me. Mitch McConnell don't care now because he knows this doesn't change the voting or the dynamics of the Supreme Court. So he don't give a shit. But please be clear. If Clarence Thomas dropped dead tomorrow, it's going to be a problem. You do see the hypocrisy going on here, right? You do see that, right? Anyway, but nevertheless, we're not we're not dismayed and we are not confused. So let me get all my sugar spikes out of the way now, and then we can get to some more fun stuff. So remember the guy who was a part of the terrorist attack on Washington, D.C., the insurrection? Just a regular day at the Capitol building on January 6, 2020. 2021. Remember that? And there was a guy who was, photographing himself holding Nancy Pelosi's lectern or whatnot and podium and so forth, parading around. Well, he has been sentenced. And as you can probably imagine, being a white man, involved in a domestic terror attack, an insurrection, a regular day at the Capitol building. He only got 75 days in jail, in prison. That's it. 75 days. That's it. You are directly involved with the overthrow of the United States Capitol. Oh, dear God. I had to call it back. Of the United States Capitol. But all you get is 75 days. I could have a half nanogram of weed in my pocket and immediately get several years in some states. There's a couple people in Texas, I should say, who Governor Hot Wheels blamed for who Governor Hot Wheels says voted incorrectly or says tried to vote incorrectly, and they got 5 years in prison immediately, no questions asked. But someone that is directly responsible for an insurrection on this country, 75 days. That's it. This is your yet to be United States of America. I'm just saying, this is what you got going on. Because his claim was, oh, I didn't know that they were going to do all of that. I didn't know all of that was going on. Sir, you were one of the people that made your way inside of the Capitol, which means you had to see the bloodshed and carnage that ensued to get into the building. There were officers and people laid out, bleeding out on the Capitol steps. There was fighting and all kinds. If you have to violently break into the United States Capitol building, screaming chants about killing the vice president, the Speaker of the House, and so what did you think was going on? But magically, he and his attorney said, "Oh, I really did. Had I known, this is your country. This is your country." 75 days. Hell, we get when you go to a new job, you get at least a 90-day probation on your new job. 75 days. That's what he'll get. Just to update. So that's all I got for y'all. In other news, that's all our sugar spikes of the day. I think this might be one of our last stories of the day. I don't have a lot today. So I've been watching the Peacock show Bel Air. I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up. I watched episode 5 last night. And so I kind of feel it. Oh, also let me y'all have told me that I need to drop the link more often. So let me do that because I have been told that I should, drop said link more often. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me get the link and drop it. Because I've been told that I want to give nobody a chance to say that I did not do what I was supposed to do. Hey, Mr. Pisces, I am glad you came out the bushes to speak to me. Oh, God, that's the wrong place. There we go. Hold on, y'all. Let me drop this link for y'all so y'all can't say that I didn't. So, all right. So there's the link. There's the link right there. All right. You want to thank me for the new menses on your IG time? Like, well, Tracy, this is what we do. we got more. We got more sexy Sundays coming for members. That's on the members only side. That's on the members only side. Hey, Shawnette. I'm so glad you caught me because I haven't seen you in a while. So anyway, show is okay. It's just okay for me. I'm not as, oh my God, over the show. And some people, it's gotten some rave reviews from a lot of people. For me, it's just okay. It's just okay for me. It's not bad. It's okay. So, blah, 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 blah. The actor that plays Carlton, his name is Ali Shalatin. He is African, from what I understand. He has caught a lot of flack in social media, not just for the fact that he has to play a villain and an antagonist, and that happens if you play a villain or an antagonist. You stand to not MGM's meet gazing meetings. Well, we didn't really gaze at meat the last time, Jason. We just were on Instagram, but when we float over to Twitter, then that will be all of the such. Anyway, he's gotten a lot of flack because people have called him ugly. People have talked about his hairline and running away from him. Like, people have said all types of horrible things about him in social media, under his posts and things like that. And he's gotten a lot of bad press. I don't know whether ugly, because I don't think that he's an ugly young man. Um, I mean, depending on where your hairline is in relation to your forehead and stuff like that, that's going to happen. Especially when you're in the public eye. I mean, get over it. That you can get over, but he's gotten a lot of undue flack or whatnot, and you know, he's been a lot of people have been speaking out about it. He spoke out about it. My thought, and I just wanted to talk about that. Well, first, um, I think that people were not prepared for this twist in the Carlton Banks character. It makes sense because if you are the son of someone and they just bring somebody else in around your age, um, and now they're treating him just like you, or if not better than you at points, that's going to make any teenager feel some kind of way. So it makes sense that this is the turn or twist or the the road that they took Carlton down. I like it. To me, I like a good villain. For me, I think they could have made Carlton's character even darker or even worse. And I want to see if they do that. Um, I do think, now, if I'm being brutally honest, he's gonna have to hit the Carlton dance at least once. I don't care I don't care how dramatic of a show this is. I don't care how dark, how sinister he becomes. At some point, if you are going to stay true to the show, there are certain things that cannot change. And one of those things that cannot change is Carlton doing the Carlton dance. I'm sorry, executive producers, Will Smith, all of the people involved over there down to the Peacock Network, he has to do the Carlton dance. You cannot have Carlton without the dance. If I don't hear it's not unusual to be look, baby, what? I mean, if I don't hear that and he does not immediately break out, and if that should have been a requisite part of an audition for that character and that role. At some point during the audition, they should have put on the music and you should have been able to do the immediately break into it, and it better be on point. That has to be a requirement for Carlton. Even though this is not a comedy anymore, that is a part of being Carlton Banks. You can't be Carlton Banks without doing the dance. I'm just sorry. So at some point during this show, he's gonna have to do the Carlton Banks dance. I also, well, Spoiler alert. If you do not want any spoilers, now is not the time because I'm about to say something. And if you have not watched episode 5, I'm going to spoil it. So if you need to check out, now is the time to check out, unless you just want to just continue listening and you don't care about the spoiler. It was a very small part of the episode, but it is a twist on a character. So, all right. I done gave everybody a chance to get out. Okay, you ain't out. Okay, good. So I noticed also that they decided to make Ashley not gender fluid, sexually fluid. Um she's not saying she's gay, she's not saying she's bisexual, she's saying she's figuring it out. At first, hey Really B, we talking about Bel Air. At first I thought she went over, wasn't she at the remember, she went over to the little friend's house when they were supposed to be out campaigning. She went to the little friend's house to play the little video game. I thought that was a boy who had put it. I think it was a little Hispanic looking guy, put his arms around him. And then when they had the little skate party, the friends came and there was another little girl who she seemed a little enamored with. And then she talked to Hillary and told Hillary that, she got feelings for some girl. And so she didn't know. She said, I don't know. I like guys. I don't know where I am. So she's sexually fluid in terms of her orientation. She hasn't figured out. So she says she's not necessarily gay or bisexual, or she's not lesbian or bisexual. She doesn't know. She's kind of figuring it out. And so on this show, she's supposed to be 12. And that is the time where you're just trying to figure it out. You are literally trying to figure it out. So I didn't see that twist coming, or that it going down that road. I guess with it being 2022, there is, diversity that you want to have diversity on in a show. You want to, have people represented, and things like that. So there really wasn't any characters on the original show that I can remember that was a part of the LGBTQIA consortium. But I don't remember anyone on the show, original show, being, yeah, I don't remember anybody on the show. Speaking of which, this is a off topic, real quick, but shouts out to Niecy Nash and her wife, who were the first LGBTQIA couple to be on cover of Essence magazine. Shout out to them. Back to our story. Um, so yeah, so that was a twist that I didn't see coming. I'm not I don't have any problem with it. Sometimes I do when I feel like it's just queer baiting. I didn't feel that way with this one. I was okay with it, with Ashley, taking that stand and going down this road. The character that I love the most in all of this is Jeffrey's character, and I like how, one thing I do like about the show is how they're exploring characters that we didn't get a lot of insight into. We didn't get a lot of insight into Hillary. We didn't get a lot of insight into Carlton. We didn't get a lot of insight into Jeffrey at all. And so we're getting a lot more of those three characters than we did before. And so I'm good for it. Now I just knew Michael Ealy and Aunt Viv was gonna get it down when they was in that goddamn art museum, and he showed her the little place. Oh, this is the room that I built, because she knew he was talking about her when he was talking about how he appreciates her artwork and how he loves, what she does with, and I thought they was gonna bust each other down right there on the floor in the damn art museum. I was like, look at Viv and Michael Ealy. I forgot the man name. He's always gonna be Michael Ealy. So, but yeah. Um, I like the little social influencers. Um, episode 5 was a good episode to me. I liked episode 5. Episode 4, what happened in episode 4? I don't even remember what happened in episode 4. Was episode 4 when they went and was doing the campaigning? I think that was episode 4 when they went and went campaigning. And episode 5 is when Trey came. Now I will say this. Part of what Trey said is so true. I was with Trey on that, and I was with there even with the original show when there was that whole situation where it was Will coming back. I was with Viv and I was with Trey on this. This isn't, you know, when they talk about Will moving out there with Uncle Phil and stuff like that, and having that, and going from rags to riches, I should say. The way they try to have Will's retort at Trey and people back in Philly is, oh, it almost feels like he said, oh, I earned this and I worked for this, and you didn't earn anything. You didn't work for anything. You just were fortunate, in the fact that, hey, you had a situation that, you know, worked out in your favor. Like, I don't need to feel bad for leaving y'all there, and y'all need to figure out. It was kind of like he was, putting it all on them, like, yo, y'all need to find y'all own way out, or y'all need to realize that it's more to life than just West Philly and all of this. Well, I think people realize and know that, but everybody's not doesn't have that opportunity. And I think that at the very least you should at least acknowledge that, hey, I understand that I was given an opportunity that nobody else had. If they had taken the stance that, listen, I have this opportunity, nobody else probably we know has this opportunity, and I just want to make the best of it so I can do right for myself, my family, and even y'all as my friends. If that's the stance that you're taking, I can kind of go with that, but I don't like the whole um yeah, and me and my best friend had the conversation as well, really be with he said I didn't really take it that way anyway, but I kind of it kind of makes me feel like, not that it was explicitly said, but just in the way it was communicated or in his actions to me, it's kind of like a listen, I don't know what to tell y'all, but I'm here now. I ain't going nowhere, and go struggle back in West Philly, and we just gonna make it happen here. I'm just saying. So I don't know. But I never, even from the original show, I never liked that whole. I didn't like that episode. I didn't like that whole stance. That, mm-mm. The other part about it is, I was with Viv and, hey boo, this is my child and my son, and you're not having those options to make the decision as a child who is my child, that I'm just gonna let you just stay out there. Nah, you may want to do that, and that's all. No, but no, baby, it's time to come home. Thank you. Um, so, and I feel like, to a certain degree, and this may be an unpopular way of looking at it, I do think he was obligated to come on. When the threat of you dying was no longer there, yeah, you are obligated to come on. It's time to go home. It's to me, it's time to go home. There's nothing impeding you from going home. Yeah, it's time to go home. So when his mama was like, mm-mm, it's time for you to come home, I absolutely feel like he should have, it was time to come home. That is not necessarily an option that you get. Now, if you say, oh, I want to go away to college or whatever, once you get grown, absolutely. You can make all the decisions you want about where you want to go, what you want to do. And so can somebody could really be got a whole lot. Can somebody drop a link for really be before she loses her mind and gets carpal tunnel typing all this stuff? Can one of the mods redrop the link? I posted the link earlier because what of y'all? Because she's gonna get carpal tunnel over there typing so hard. No, but I really think yeah, I just didn't like that whole but like I said, I never liked that episode in the original show. So but I really kind of thank you, y'all, because she over there gonna get goddamn carpal tunnel. Dear God. um but and I'm okay, but when you and your best friend are ride or dies or whatnot, I do think your best friend does have a right to say, if that's your day one, whatever you say, like always, best friends do that. Best friends will challenge each other and say, no, you need to come home or you need to do something. That's what best friends do. My best friend, and I'm sure y'all best friends do it all the time. They will say hard things to you. They will say the things that's not popular to you. So I think absolutely, especially, at that age, you out here and you done moved all around the country. We over here struggling or whatnot, and you over there living the life of Riley and ain't did nothing but go to jail, take a gun out, shoot it in the air, and land the because I was with Trey. The whole reason that they were there was Will's fault. Oh boy, here she come. Here she come. Don't you come over here arguing all that. Don't come over here trying to
You know I was gonna argue. Why you give me the link? You know I'm ready
why
to
don't you
argue.
coming over here arguing? Coming over here just to argue. What?
I'm not arguing. I just have a different point of view. All I'm First of all, you keep saying ain't Vi, you mean his mama, and that was confusing
I
me.
mean, it's Mama Vi. Yes, Mama Vi. I keep saying the right name, but I said ain't.
No,
It's
ain't Vi is the
no, ain't
auntie.
Viv. Ain't Viv is the aunt. Vi is his mama.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, you keep
His
saying ain't
mom's
whatever.
name is
Anyway,
Vi. Yeah, his
right?
mom's name
Okay,
is Vi,
Vi,
and his
Viv.
aunt
Damn
is
it,
Viv.
their names is too close. Damn it, their names is too
Right.
close. No, all I'm saying is this. First of all, I feel like that's exactly what Will was saying. I don't think Will was acting like he earned anything. I think Will was
See how your internet going in and out? Cause it's going in and out really big.
you were. Am I breaking up?
Yeah,
Okay, hear me now.
it's still
I'm
kind
going
of
through a
breaking
bad
up.
area. Hold on.
Oh, you driving? It's a little better now.
Yeah, I'm going through a bad area.
Okay, it's better now.
So I'm gonna come back in.
Huh? She must be going through a bad area again. Came in here hot, right? Jason, she came in here hot, ready to good, good. Girl. Anyway, um, and I think that we definitely have to always, especially when we're watching these things, err on the side of boy. We have two really bees now. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. No, all I was saying was I feel like that's exactly what he was saying. I don't feel like he was acting like he earned anything. I think he was understanding that there was an opportunity there, and that he was opening up himself. And I mean, some of it was about the luxuries and the good living, but I also think some of it was the fact that he really is realizing that there are opportunities here that I'm not going to get. And that's exactly what his mom said to him in the first episode. She said, "Your crown is out there waiting. You just got to be ready to go get it, and you need to realize that the world is bigger than these 14 miles of Philadelphia." And that's what he said to her. He said, "You're basically what you said to me is what I'm doing," and that's why. she understood and she was like, you know what, you're right. Like you're exactly right. Now, if his mama had said, "Boy, if you don't get your ass on that plane and come home," then she would have been perfectly within her rights. But Trey don't get to do that.
I
Trey
think,
can
but
express.
that's where I have
Wait
to
a
push
minute.
back.
Let me finish. Trey can
Wait,
express how he feels.
a little bit. But no. Well, hold on. Let me pause. Just pause for a
Well, I
second.
just wanted to finish my thought, and then I will shut up.
Oh, God.
All
Well,
I'm
go
saying
ahead.
is Trey can express how he feels. He can, as his friend, you absolutely right. As a friend, I can say you tripping, you acting funny, you changed. Like all of those things are valid. But for him to act like Will has, violated him, and Will has like I what he because the reality is he missed his friend. They've been through a lot, and he wanted his friend back. But the way in which it came out was wrong. And now
But
shutting
wait a
up. Go
minute.
ahead.
You can't start by saying Trey has every right to feel that way, but then say, "Oh, but no, he had
That's
like."
not he right. He has a right. You have a right to feel however you feel. That don't mean that doesn't mean that it's a correct feeling. Like I can feel like you know, I can feel like you are too rude. But that's you. I can feel that way. That's how I feel. But I
And,
don't
and
get to
and
cut
let
you
me
out
take it
about it.
even a step further. Even if you're going to tell me Trey has every right to feel that way, then he also gets the right to express it authentically as he wants to. Let's be
That don't
clear.
mean he's.
If
That
I
don't
am
mean he's not
Trey,
wrong. He's
if
still
I
wrong.
hold on, if I am Trey, I'm looking at this situation as like, nigga, you is being over here rewarded for bad behavior. Period. You are
That is not why Trey's
absolutely
mad.
being
Now you going
rewarded
left with it. That's not
for
why Trey's
bad
mad.
behavior.
But
You
that's
are
not why
over
Trey's
here.
mad.
But wait, I'm also, let me finish. You are also over here forgetting I don't want to got shot and everything for you. I'm over here struggling, trying to make it through, and you over here living a life of Riley and have done nothing right in this whole situation. I have every right to be mad and tell you, no, you need to bring your ass home because you haven't had to deal with any consequences for any of this. Nothing. Matter of fact, you just said, well, I'm just gonna go and live my best life. No, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's nothing in this situation that Will did that was right that got him there. And everything that has happened back home, he gets to just be oblivious to and act as if, oh well, I'll be over here. Oh, let me try and bring you out here too. No, wait, what? That's why and I understand now. I understand fully well what you're saying, really, be and like you said, it does come off sometimes with Trey like, okay, you could have said that better. I definitely understand that, but like I said, I kind of feel what he's saying too. Is that, bruh, what? Nah, that's. But then again, life is not fair, and then you die. Life is not fair sometimes, and I think we have to. And what I was going to say right before you came on was really be. Sometimes we do need to remember that a lot of times when writers write for high school students or adolescents or children, they will write almost with an adult ideology or thinking into it, not thinking that these are teenagers. And if we think about cognitively where we are as a teenager and how we look at things and how we react to things or how we, you know, go about dealing with things is way different from how we do that as an adult. And I think, unfortunately, sometimes writers write it almost like it's an adult reaction. And sometimes, even in how we look at it and interpret it, we're looking at it through our lens as an adult, thinking this is how
Mm,
you should behave and or react. When,
mm.
um, as a teenager, you behave and react stupidly more often than not.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Can
you
you hear
now.
me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Listen. Now, let me say this: from a writing perspective, from a writer's perspective, That was a excellently written scene because like you said, from a teenager point of view, that's exactly how a teenager would respond. That's exactly how, I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of reality that Trey would feel the way he feel and express it the way he expressed it. I absolutely get it I'm looking at, you're right. I'm looking at it from an adult point of view that it's not right. He's wrong. But in my opinion, but you're
Mm-hmm.
right. From a teenager point of view, yeah, that's pretty on target. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's hurt, he hurt and he feels betrayed. And you're right. He does feel like he he does feel like I'm the one that dealt with the consequences. He's the one that's been living in the lap of luxury. He's living a good life and I got the short end of this damn stick. And I agree that ultimately Will was the most culpable in that situation, but Trey is not without any blame because, one, he didn't have to go. Two, he damn sure didn't have to bring a gun. But the fact that they went, yeah, that's on Will. The fact that it escalated the way it escalated, that's on Will. Because when that dude threw the ball and it hit Rashid in the face, he didn't even give it a minute, for him to be like, "Yo, we didn't throw the ball." Like common sense. If everybody had calmed down, the trajectory of the ball couldn't even it couldn't have come from them, just from where everybody was positioned. But you get hit in the head, you turn around, and the first person you see, you like, "Hold up, did you do it?" And so it escalated really quickly. But again, I agree with you from that point of view. But I'm just saying, Trey was wrong. Trey ass need to calm the fuck down and stop drinking. See, Trey was drunk.
Trey was drunk. He sure was drunk. His show was drunk. I
Don't do
like,
see
but
look everybody.
um,
Everybody in the chat, y'all are cutting up in the chat. Y'all are stupid.
yeah, she came over here. Did she come over here feisty, ready to girl, right now? But I like I said, I want to get more of the Jeffrey story. I love what they're doing with Jeffrey's. I love Carlton
Oh,
being nuts.
we definitely need an origin story for Jeffrey. We
Yeah, I
definitely
listen
need
because
that.
we know full well Jeffrey got that man killed. Sure did. Because at first,
Oh
when the
yeah,
guy was following Will, I thought that was somebody from the Rashad or whatever his name from back
yeah.
in
All of
Philly. I
us
was like,
did.
oh
Yeah.
shit. And then when that was Jeffrey person, I was like, so I need to know more about the Jeffrey story. I also love Carlton being the antagonist in the business. I love that story. Like to me, that's the best part of the story. That's the best. That's way more realistic to me. But he better do the dance before the show is over. He has to do the Carlton dance. I'm sorry. That is a part of what makes Carlton Carlton. I'm sorry. He has to. Absolutely. Um, I do think what's far fetched is there's no way on God's green earth you are a candidate for DA and you are putting two words back to back in succession, defund police by any stretch of the imagination. You might color it, you might say it without specifically saying those two words, but there's no way if you are poised and polished, you can say defund the police without saying those two words in succession. So when I saw him at this little event saying defund, I was like, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I thought it was some decent episodes. 4 and 5 were pretty good, and so forth. We'll see where it goes from there. I don't know if most black mothers would have just said, "Okay, I'm gonna just let you stay out there." I don't know. I don't know because, like I said, to me, it's like you're being rewarded for bad behavior. Just like you're being rewarded for bad behavior. Like everything you did in this situation was absolutely wrong. And now you just get to, I'm over here struggling day to day to make ends meet, and you get to go over there and, live in the lap of luxury. Nah, bro, we ain't doing that. Anyway, so that's but yeah, back to what I was saying. People on Twitter and on the gram and stuff are, firing shots at the actor. Now, I threw a little bit of jabs at him, but it wasn't about his looks or anything like that. I just would say that these characters could be portrayed by African American actors and stuff, as opposed to ones that are African. But I ain't going as far as people are going, talking about something about the guy is ugly and talking about his hairline and all of that. I think that's a bit much and excessive. I think also what some of the and I noticed this with the actors and actresses on Euphoria and on some other shows. What they have to understand is when you do put yourself in public eye and you become an actor or actress on television, and you're all over the media and things like that, you do open yourself up for the trolls and for people to say horrible things about you. These things happen. And so you got to kind of, let it roll off your back. Let the problem, the stress roll off your back, like off a duck's back, like water on a duck's back. And you got to take it on the chin and keep it moving. Like you can't respond, or you can't. What you can't absolutely can't do is allow people to know what is a trigger for you, or what can um get a rise out of you. Like you can't let people know, okay, if you say this, that's gonna get to me, or if you do that, that's gonna get to me. Because then they'll keep doing that, and they'll know every time you do anything that slightly bothers them, they're gonna push that button and get you mad. And I think that's not good either. So yeah, I don't know. Black mother, the answer is the threat is going home. Right, right. Once the threat is gone, baby, you need to come home. Because and sometimes as people, as black, definitely as black people, we don't need nobody holding nothing over our head. Baby, it probably was hard enough for her to even call her sister and her brother-in-law to even get them to do that, because you know how we are. We don't want nobody in our business. We don't want nobody handling anything for us. So it probably took everything out of her to even make that phone call. But you better be damn skippy. The threat is going. Nah, bro, bring your ass home, because I don't need nothing else being held over my head. I don't want nobody telling me how much money they spent for you and what they had. No, boo, come your ass home. You are my child, my responsibility, and I'm gonna make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do. Now, if you want to go over there and play with them after you graduate or whatever, and they will have you, baby, go ahead, have at it. After you graduate from high school, and I done did what I'm supposed to do, baby, go ahead and live your best life. That is on you and them. But I done did my part. But you won't be going over there because mm-mm, mm-mm. You still ain't been punished for what you did wrong. And like I said, it's as if you feel like there's a cheat button that you're always going to have, and that and I do think too, there's a certain recklessness about Will and his character that is protected and even celebrated from time to time. So I can absolutely understand Carlton's thought point, because you can tell that Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv made it a point to teach their children, yeah, we are rich, but you still have to do a certain amount. You got to earn your spot. You got to make, do right by, the opportunities with which you have, and make sure that you are following the rules and doing your part. And then you have somebody who came over here to live with us who did everything wrong. And then when he gets here, he gets to break all of the rules that you wouldn't dare dream about letting us break, and is celebrated and told, good job, attaboy, it's okay. I would absolutely feel some kind of way. And I would absolutely call my parents out. Now I might get beat down, but I would absolutely call my parents out on it. Wait a minute. Like Carlton told him, you sit up here and told me I gotta follow the rules, do all of this, do all of that. and he broke all of the rules, and then you broke more rules just to get him out of that situation. But you telling me I need to do everything right. You telling me and Hillary and Ashley we better, be on our P's and Q's. Mm-mm, mm-mm. But he just gets to be reckless and do all of no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even when they had on episode 3 where they had the where he was with his fraternity and he got on that mic and started saying all kinds of stuff, I was like, yeah, bro. It's just too many instances. Even like when you're talking about you done had donors pay $500 a ticket to come to an event and so forth, and you just like, oh, I'm just going to invite everybody, and it's going. No, that's not how these things work. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I do think at some point somebody's going to have to hold Will accountable to for the things that he's done. Look, sir, you have not been having to be held accountable for anything, and you're always looking for the easy button or the cheat code or the way to get out of a situation that you created. You created this. Now, and we all were young and lived reckless, but when situations arose or we got in trouble, we didn't have every time we did something, somebody said, oh, I'm going to save you from that consequences. Oh, I'm going to save you. Because every now and again, once in a while, somebody's going to be like, nope, I ain't saving you. Baby, you're going to sit there for a while. Baby, you're going to feel this one because you need to know what that feels like. And you need to understand that life doesn't work like that. I don't know. Anyway, go check it out. It's pretty good. I'm supposed to be catching up this weekend on the show, the Shonda Rhimes show. Um, uh, the one with Laurel in it. Um, it's on Netflix. Inventing Anna. That's what I'm supposed to be catching up on. Inventing Anna. So I'm gonna try and catch up on that this weekend. Laurel is in it. Y'all know Laurel from How to Get Away with Murder. Laverne Cox is in it as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think Laverne Cox is in it. Um, so I'm gonna try to catch up on that. I don't know how many episodes. Like, is the whole season out? Well, it is Netflix. Netflix put out the whole season. So I'm gonna try to catch that this weekend and binge watch that. Um, I can't say what has happened, but I had good news that happened this week, and me and really B and Abby we talked about it and stuff like that. So I had good news that happened to be this week. Yay! Congratulations! Happy, happy, joy, joy! Yay, yay, yay! Me. So I've been kind of celebrating this weekend. Did TP release another movie? Child, I don't know what TP did, child. I heard there's supposed to be another Medea coming out. I don't follow that young man like that. Even though, so if y'all know, my friend Jeff has come on here once, who's actually one of my exes. But Jeff has come on here and been a part of a panel. I think he was on the panel that we had for, I forgot what show we did a panel for, but he came up on here. Anyway, he has a Facebook group that has almost 100,000 members of this group. Now, he started the group and made me an administrator when he started. He said, I'm gonna just make you one of the administrators and moderators of this Facebook group with me. I'm about to start because he and I both watched the show Ruthless. The group has like 90 some odd thousand people in the group, and they always be active. And I be having to, whenever I log on to Facebook, I have to go through like hundreds, literally hundreds of messages that got to be approved. And I told Jeff, it's just he and I that are the moderators of this group. It's just, I don't have the time to do all of that. Anyway, so they want to do they want me to do a live reaction. Ruthless is starting back next month, so they want me to do reviews and stuff like that for the show so they can come and watch it. So I might start doing that. And you might see a lot of extra people in here for that because they are real serious about it. Like they don't play around. They be real serious about it. They be over there serious about that show Ruthless. So I might do that. Might get a couple more eyes and ears over here. People mods be in place anyway. So we'll see. I'll let y'all know ahead of time. Anyway, that's gonna do it today. Real short today. I had a lot. I didn't have a whole lot on the agenda today, and I got a lot I got to do today because of all of the good news. We got good news in the house, and I got to handle some stuff dealing with that. So yeah. Anyway, as I always say, y'all, it's been real and fun today. I love y'all. Thank you, Mia MJ. I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Shondo's in and around the chat. Shondo's in and around the building. I thank you, mods, for doing what you do and modding. Thank you, members. Members, I probably will do another sexy Sunday or whatever day it is. Maybe someday this week. I'll see. We might be on Twitter. Y'all know if we get on Twitter, it goes down. So look for that. Um Also I got invited to that show Real Life and Philanthropy that I review. I got invited to the reunion. So and that's next Saturday. So I'll probably go to that next Saturday. Um if I do, I might either have to do a really, really because I think it's like midday. So I'm gonna either have to do a early silly Saturday or a late silly Saturday, or maybe not do silly Saturday. We'll see how that goes. Or I might do a live silly Saturday, live on scene. We'll see. And I know on March 19th, I probably won't do a silly Saturday because I have a wedding that I'll be at that day. So I'll probably be busy down in Florida. That's all I got for y'all. No, I'm not day drinking yet, but let me go see. Maybe I can start. No, I got some stuff to do today. Anyway, till next time, I got some politics. I got a lot of politics stuff I got to bring to y'all. So look for politics of it all coming up. I might be able to have two politics of it all this coming weeks. So look for that. Politics of it all is probably definitely going to be probably Monday. Monday is probably going to be my politics of it all day. Yeah, I can see that Monday. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out.